Now look, heretofore on Digital Services Digitally, we've talked about streaming video, apps with a lot of colorful icons, Flash, razzmatazz. But we're going to talk about something today that's gotten short shrift so far. The catalog. Yes, the meat and potatoes of using the library. Or if you're a vegetarian, just the potatoes. Or if you're on a low-carb diet, just the meat. When's lunch? Folks, it's time to have the conversation about Bibliocommons. What is Bibliocommons, you ask? Well, I'm going to turn the question around on you, smart guy. What isn't Bibliocommons? The first thing that isn't Bibliocommons is our library website. Sure, you go to it every day. It's your source of news and entertainment and socializing, but it's not the catalog. This, perhaps, warrants some explanation. Marin County is large and contains multitudes. There's a county-operated library system, the Marin County Free Library, but then there are also several city-operated libraries, like Mill Valley, Sausalito, San Rafael, and others. And there are even 2 academic libraries at the College of Marin and Dominican University. All these libraries work together in a consortium. Now that means we're not all one system, but we do share one big catalog so that we can send items around to each other's libraries and you can pick them up. And your library card at Mill Valley works at San Rafael. These are all features I hope you already enjoy using. To find out about individual libraries' events or their own particular policies, go to their websites. But if you're looking for something to check out, use our shared catalog provided by Bibliocommons. Let's take a look at how we can get there, and you have many options. First way to get to the catalog is through this handy-dandy search box right on our website. Click in here and use the box to search for, in this case, box, and you get to the catalog. From our website, one might also go to Books, Movies, and More, and then search the catalog. Boom! Let's say you're on, some innocent website minding its own business out there in the world, and you go directly to MARINet.bibliocommons.com. If you like typing, this will also take you right to the shared catalog. Or once you get to the catalog, you could save yourself some time in the future by bookmarking it. Ding! Or in Microsoft Edge, favoriting it. Ding! Or in Firefox, bookmarking it. Ding! And then you can find it real quick. Now that you've landed here on the main page of the catalog, you can take a look at some staff lists that have been made by librarians, some recently reviewed books and musics and movies. You can also take a look at some quick searches for new titles and award winners and bestsellers and staff picks. The catalog contains materials of all the libraries that make up MARINet. What's in the catalog? What's in the catalog? What ain't in the catalog? We got your books right here. We got your CDs and your DVDs, huh? We got your eBooks, what are on Overdrive or Renki or Safari or what have you. We got your book club kits. We got your take it, make it experience kits with your sewing machine and your telescope or what have you. We got everything. Well, not everything. Yeah, every single thing. Nope, wrong, false. Don't listen to this guy, okay? I don't think he looks very trustworthy. It's true, certain things won't show up in the results in the Bibliocommons catalog. I'm thinking specifically of Canopy material, which kind of changes out Netflix style, and Hoopla material. You won't find that in the catalog, although you can find it through the Hoopla app, or the Canopy app, as appropriate. Do you have a library card? If not, dude, you should get one. It's amazing. They let you just borrow all these things. You have to bring them back, but still, it doesn't cost any money. It's a pretty kooky idea, but I think it's going to catch on. But hey, let me tell you, if you do have one of these newfangled library cards and a PIN or password that you set up when you first got the card, then you can use that to log in to Bibliocommons. I'm going to use a test card number here, and I happen to know the password. The first time you do this, you will be prompted to create an account. So you've got to have an account with Bibliocommons. And there's a little bit of a challenge because you will need to come up with a username for yourself. Now, the good side of this is that in the future, you don't have to write in 21110 your library card number in its entirety to log in. You can use your cool username, your internet handle. Now the downside. Bibliocommons is used by many, many, many libraries across the country. And your username has to be unique to you, not just within MARINet, but everywhere. If you have a San Francisco library card, you may have a Bibliocommons account over there. Your one here will have to be unique. So get creative, replace some letters with numbers and other cool stuff like that, and you should be able to get one. But now that you know where to find the catalog and what's in it and what's not, it's time to put it to use by actually finding some stuff. It's time to work it, girl. Here we are, the homepage of MARINet, the Bibliocommons catalog. You'll see some recent staff lists put together by your friendly librarians, some recently reviewed books reviewed by other patrons just like you. We can also do some quick lookings at certain categories you may find of interest. Things that are new, things that have won awards, things that are bestsellers or staff picks. Me, I'm a conformist. I like to read what everyone else is reading, so I'll follow this bestsellers link as an example. And here we are, bestsellers. You can see which bestseller list these books and items have gotten themselves on, and you can switch to different bestseller lists. And back on the main page, let's just quickly look at another one, the awards category. This comes up sometimes. People think there was a Caldecott honor book or a book that was on the shortlist for the Man Booker Prize, right? We can see some award winners, what they've won, and browse all awards. Look at all these awards you can search by. Let's pick one, the Nebula Award. Now we can see all 62 items in the catalog that have either won in various categories, and I think winner best novel, winner best novella, the year, if you're trying to work backwards and figure out what that was, even back to 2011. Who even remembers 2011? You can run various searches, catalog search, advanced search. You can see new items. You can go out to Link Plus, which you know all about because you watched my video on it, right? And a quick overview of e-resources, both eBooks and the various databases, all in one place, and some Link Plus. But we're not here to click on menus and look at buttons. We are here to find things. Let's do a search. Let's jump in. I'm going to click in this search box up here. A keyword search will do for me. I'll search any old thing about any old stuff. Rocks. I want to learn about rocks. Here are my results on rocks. If we jump way to the bottom, we can see, oh dear, 347 results about rocks. Maybe I didn't mean everything about rocks. I want to filter this down some. And the way to do that is to use these options on the left. I can filter by format. Is it a book, audiobook, movies and TV, music and sound, accessible formats like large print, or other strange stuff like a kit? Let's say I'm just looking for graphic novels about rocks. I can check that box and it'll filter down to just the 3 graphic novels about rocks. The gnar of rocks. Got to come back to that. Let's look at our other options though. Our audience, adults, children, teens, form, genre. Look at all these categories. Biography, guidebooks, drama about rocks, regions covered, Mallorca, the author, Neil Diamond. Hold on a second. Let's just. Oh, it's him rocking. I get it. Rating. You only want the junky stuff? Tags. Tags are applied by patrons like you. When you do have your results, you can sort them by the date they were acquired, or title or author or publication date or rating, things like that. That may also help you sort the wheat from the chaff in what you're looking for. Twiddling with the filters over here on the left is one way to narrow things down, is one way to craft your search beyond just rocks. Sure, you're dealing with just a bloodless computer, but I'm happy to say that Bibliocommons can do a bit of natural language searching. And what do I mean by that? You don't have to necessarily put in rocks and then filter to DVDs or know some secret mystical code. What if you said DVDs about rocks? Lo and behold, Bibliocommons will figure out what you're trying to say, search for rocks, and then filter it to DVDs. There's not a whole lot of results here, but Eyewitness Rock and Mineral, that looks super duper duper. Now, if you searched by the usuals, and you've tried natural language searching, and you're not finding that it's enough, if you're quiet, I'll take you behind the curtain to the place where we can do advanced searching. Although I warn you, it's very advanced. I'm going in. All right, we've hacked into the mainframe. This is the Advanced Search Builder. You have two options here. You can enter your advanced search directly, which is just so advanced we can't cover it quite yet. Or use this form to construct an advanced search. We're going to work with some Booleans where you include all or any of the following categories: a keyword anywhere, a title, a subject, a series, an award, an identifier, a geographic region, a publisher, a call number. You could get very specific. Let's construct a query. I want to include all of the following. All these conditions must be met. The title must include king, and the author must also include king. So it'll be kings on kings. And I want it to be only books. Search. And how we get items that have king in the author and king in the title, such as the autobiography of Martin Luther King by Martin Luther King. Wasn't that fun? Look back up here at the top. The advanced search that actually ran was parentheses, title, king, and contributor, king, format code. Are you guys ready to be really, really advanced? Because if you really, really want to be advanced, you would just type that in yourself. Let's go to the advanced search. And you could type it in here. I'm clicking into this field and it's all, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you sure? This is super advanced, super advanced. If you edit the query directly, the form below will be disabled. I know what I'm doing, especially because I'm just copying and pasting in this case. So we could run this search and just run this search ourselves. Whoa, right? And if you want to learn to do this, and obviously you do, you can click on these tips for the entire syntax of how to craft an amazingly specific search. All right, I can imagine you're going to want to spend the next several years learning this, so if you need to stop the video, just go ahead and go do that. But seriously, if you do come up with a very specific search that really works for you, that really narrows down something you want to do, you can save that search and then use it later as one of your default searches. So it's not like crazy nerdy, right? Searching is all well and good. I love a good search, don't get me wrong, but I'm here to do business. Let's see how we can place holds for things in Bibliocommons. I absolutely, simply must have Fudge Cupcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. How do I go about doing this? You'll see an overview here of the formats we have it in. Ebook, drat, all in use right now, but the book is available. What does available mean? I mean, I think we all know what it means, but what does it really mean in this context? Available means it's on the shelf and available at least one of the libraries in the system, not necessarily the library that's close to you. Available in some locations, there's a little more detail. There's one copy and one of those is available. There are no holds on this item. I would be the first. I don't understand why there's not so many holds. I'm going to put a hold on it. It's on the shelves now at San Rafael. Let's briefly step sideways to take a look at what that detail view looks like if it's at multiple libraries. You'll see the libraries where it is, its call number, and the status. Here it's check shelf, which means if you checked the shelf, you should find it. It should be there. I want Fudge Cupcake Murder. I need Fudge Cupcake Murder. So I'm going to place a hold for it. What's this for later? We'll get to that another time. I'm going to place a hold. I will put in my actual library card information. Folks, I'm really going to get Fudge Cupcake Murder, or cancel the hold right after I finish the video. You might want to remember yourself on this device so it stops bothering you quite so much. I'll log in. And I've requested a hold. Ding, 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 ding. One of my goals for digital services digitally is not just to show you the very most basics, but also to demystify some things. I'm going to run back here on the homepage a search for popular titles with holds. If you want to see what everyone else wants a lot, this is a great way to see it. Oh my goodness. Woo! There are a lot of holds on Cast, The Origins of Our Discontents right now. We have this title in two formats, book and audiobook. Let's take a look at this little panel of information here. It says all copies are in use. There are 44 total copies in the entire system. None are available right now. 37 are on order. We've bought them. They're being shipped to us, or they've got to us being one of the libraries at least, but they haven't been processed and given a barcode and fully gotten into the system yet, but they're on their way. And how many holds are there? 303. Here's on order. That means these locations have bought however many copies there are. They're just not ready for prime time yet. They're in some fashion on their way. What's not available at this time, it'll group by that. All these checked out items. And then this one says on hold shelf. What does that mean? That means it's on hold shelf. I got to give you more of an explanation than that. It's on a hold shelf waiting for someone who has put it on hold to pick it up. They haven't done so yet, so its status is sitting on the hold shelf waiting for its person. Then it'll be checked out once that person gets it, and then it'll come back and go to the next person in line. And let's take a quick peek at another really popular title and try to find some more status codes and help you understand what those mean. Here's the vanishing half, another thing that's very hot right now. Let's look at the availability by location. Check shelf, you know what that means. On order, you know what that means. Checked out, On hold shelf, oh, what's this? In transit. This is an item that is moving around in the courier system between different libraries. Perhaps it's going back to its owning library, or it's going to another library where the next person in line has the hold and has set that as their pickup location. And you can also do lots of super important things related to your borrowing from right in the catalog. It's not just for searching and finding and putting on hold. Let's look at the section called My Borrowing. I can see what I have checked out, what I have on hold. I can see my history. I can see if I've racked up any fines, which you won't be during this COVID period, don't worry. I'm looking at my checked out items. I get a quick overview of if something's on hold and on its way to me, this cute little truck. And at a glance, I can see that something's due pretty soon. It's this item. From here, I can renew my items, although you don't have to worry about that either. Sure, the COVID pandemic is what's grabbing all the headlines, but during it, MARINet has also instituted auto renewal. Yes, books will renew themselves if they can. Of course, the situation remains that if someone is waiting for something, you can't renew it. All right, and then if we head to on hold, I can see a rundown of everything I have a hold on. Cheers, Season 3 is in transit toward me. Now, I actually just put a test hold on that, so this is a good opportunity to show you that you can cancel your hold and keep a reference on your shelf if you want. I don't. I'll just cancel the hold. Boom. That's all I needed to do. From here, I can also pause hold. That means I'll still move through the queue until I get to the top, but then I won't get the item until I unpause. This is great if you're going away for a long time, or if you're not ready to add yet more to your pile to read or watch quite yet.
Actually, I'm highly technical, and I'm not interested in your dead tree legacy books. Tell me about e-material in the catalog.
Okay, nerd. Let's take a look at how that works. Here's a book that we also have available as an ebook. See in the various formats here. I'm going to click over to that. And over here, my information has changed. We have 3 virtual copies. They're all available. If I want this, I can get it right away. I see that this is one of our ebooks provided by Overdrive. We could get it in the Adobe EPUB format. You don't want to do that unless you really, really have to. This would be a special case. Avoid that. Kindle. Aha, this is one of the ones that can go to Kindle. Most books can. You will find that some books can't. Or Overdrive Read, that really means you could read it in a browser or preferably in the Libby app. Let's check this out now. Here's, I get one more briefing on the formats it's available in, and I can check it out now. Okay, successfully checked out. I could return it immediately, read it in the browser, or pick a format to download. But I'm going to give you some advice. Honestly, at this point, stop. You've checked it out. Head over to your Libby app, fire that up, and then read it from there and manage the hold from there. This is one of the areas where turf overlaps between Bibliocommons and Libby in the Overdrive collection. The catalog's great for searching and finding ebooks and being aware that we have them. But if you do everything from Libby, you can search, you can check out, you can place holds, you can manage holds, you can read, you can return. Everything you need to do in one place. So I'd say primarily do your ebook stuff within Libby. And we have a whole video on Libby, and there's going to be more videos diving even deeper into Libby if you want to get up to speed with that. Catalog results will also show you if the book is available on Safari or Enki, our other ebook platforms. And you say, wait a minute, Franklin, you haven't even told us about Enki and Safari yet. And I say, look, you gotta chill. We're still early on in this whole digital services digitally thing, okay? There's a lot left to come. Besides, making these videos takes a lot of time and effort, and I'm quite lazy and easily distracted.
You do that one more time and I'm gonna throw you across the room.
I'm a very organized person. I like to categorize, and I get very upset if everything in my life is not in alphabetical order. For example, my glasses are on top of my shirt because G comes earlier in the alphabet than S. I still don't know what to do about pants. I could call them trousers. Let's talk about Bibliocommons' shelves and tags, because these can sometimes be a little confusing. Let's take a look at some book or other. Here's one. If I want this book, I can place a hold, and that puts the library's gears into work, and a copy will be plucked from a shelf somewhere, be put in a courier box, and brought to another library for you to pick up at curbside pickup. That's not the only button we're looking at here, though. What's this? What is this business? For later. It's got some books. You can pull this down and get some options, completed or in progress. Now you might think to yourself, I would like to read that later, but not now. So I'll put it on for later. There we go. And you may think, what was that about a shelf? What are you talking about? So let's look under our username here, under my collections. And this is different than my borrowing. The for later shelf, that's where it said it was going, right? All right, there it is on our for later shelf. When should we expect that book? Never. You didn't actually put it on hold or cause anything to happen in the library system. Shelves are for your own organizational benefit. From here, I could easily place a hold, or also if I read it somewhere else, so if I bought it, I could check that I own this and move it to the completed shelf that I read that book. Again, this is for your benefit, really. Similarly, what you're reading now will be in progress, and then what you return will show up on your completed shelf. What's another cool thing we can do? Make lists. Down here, my collections, I can see that I can get started creating a themed list. I'm going to click Create a New List. I can create a If You Liked list, or I can create more general guides and recommendations. I have been busily working on this list of books with the font Lydian on the cover. It's a very easy way to make your book very important very quickly. All you got to do, put this particular humanist font on the cover, move the characters out a little bit, and boom, your book is great. I've got a few titles so far, but look here, I can add to list, and then I don't have to track down a URL, like a web link to the exact thing if I don't want. I can just search the catalog from within here. And I certainly have not exhausted the number of books with Lydian on the cover. There's one. You can reorder items in the list with these arrows, or you can turf them off the list with this little trash can. And when you're done editing it, you can finish editing and publish your list. It can be a private list, it can be a sort of private list, it can be a less private list, or it can be a non-private list, which I'm going to do. The world has to know. Anytime you want to review what books I've found that have Lydian on the cover, you could do this. But I'm sorry, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I've ruined it for you. Although it's not my cup of tea, I do understand that humans enjoy sharing their opinions and in turn beseeching the opinions of others. Bibliocommons allows for such behavior. Kitten. I love kittens. Obviously that gets 5 stars. Whoops. What did I give it? 4.5. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's something wrong with the book. Not only can I rate it, I can check what reviews have been written about it. A comment. I can add a comment. An almost perfect study of kittens. And post the comment. And now the world can know what I think about kittens. Plus, while I'm not going to do it right now, every other Bibliocommons user, see, this person isn't even at Marin. We could message this person or follow them if they are a wonderful tastemaker, or if they are bothering us or we find them irritating, ignore them. We're here at our library dashboard, which is an overview. We can see what we have on hold, what we have checked out. We can submit purchase suggestions, all kinds of great stuff here. But I think there's something we should do first. I'm getting a feeling that under the menu here, down at the bottom, there's, I love me some settings. But seriously, folks, look at all these great things you can do here. You can change your contact email address or username or the password or PIN you use across the library system. And here's something you might like to do. You can change your default pickup location. Let's look at that. Now, here's a real situation you might be in as a Marin County resident. You live near a certain library that you like, but because of your address, you technically belong to a different library. When you do have holds come to you, you'd like them to go to your preferred library, not the library you're saddled with. I'm just kidding, they're all great. But we can set here which library in the system you want things to go to by default. Mill Valley for us, but what if we wanted Corte Madera? We could do that. You could supercharge this by turning on single-click holds. When you go to place a hold, Bibliocommons will not even ask you which library you'd like it to go to. It'll just send it to your preferred location. It can save you some clicks. Here is the other big thing I think you will be interested in. Borrowing history. Perhaps this has happened to you. You read a book a few months ago, you can't quite remember the title, and you ask your friendly librarian, what was that book? What did I get back then? And we say, we don't know. And you're like, aren't you the library? And we're like, yeah. Let me explicate a little more. In today's marvelous world, every single institution out there and every single commercial entity is looking to slurp your personal data out of you like a mosquito, draining every last drop of your blood. The library is one of the few remaining institutions that not only is not interested in that, is actively against that. We don't want to have your reading history. We don't want to have more information about you than we absolutely need. That's your business. And that means we don't know what you checked out in the past. That information isn't saved. On our system, you could turn that on for yourself because we can't get into your Bibliocommons account. But Bibliocommons can keep a borrowing history for you, for you, for you, for you. I've come to my library dashboard to show you you can submit a suggestion. If there's something that is not in our catalog that you really think should be, follow this little form, filling out at least the fields that have the red asterisks and anything else you want to add, and we will see those and be able to make a decision on whether to purchase them for the collection. The people have the power. And as Columbo would say, one more thing. There's an app, too. If I head into the App Store here on my iPad, this also goes for Android devices, I can look for MARINet. And here is the app right here. Let's get it. This is an app made and provided by Bibliocommons. And while you can always just visit the site in a browser on a device, you could also use the app. Let's take a look at what it does. I can log in with my library card. And in here you can get all the functions that you may need arranged nicely for you. Down along the bottom, you can tab between home. You're borrowing what you have checked out, what you have on hold, that sort of a thing. You can access your shelves and find physical locations of the libraries in MARINet and work on your profile. And if it looks familiar to you, it should, because we just spent a long time covering it. But here it is in app form. Quick caveat for Android-type people like me. The Android version of the app is lagging behind. It's not as pretty, and it's pretty basic and fundamental, but you can still use it to place holds. Woo! Oh my goodness, ladies and germs. This was a big episode, but it's a big topic, and the catalog is kind of important to how a library, works. If you do run into any trouble or weirdness as you're trying out all these features and getting set up, contact us at the contact information here, and we'll help you. That's what we're for. Stay tuned in the future for more wonderful, wild, and woolly digital services digitally.